So the universe is math. If you believe the universe is full, it's whole, when we give, right, when we provide value, we're a vessel, we're emptying some of our vessel. We got to fill that math back up. There's a flow. And so many people, the flow isn't in receiving. Isn't in giving, the flow's in receiving, because people, they either hold on to, there's three worlds of receiving, and this is where people have problems. One, some people live, like when I was young, in a world of not enough. And some people are rich that live in this world.
Yeah.
But it's a scarce world, their energy, their perspective, there's never enough. That void is never even opened. When you live in a world of not enough, that means you don't think, there's anything that you can give. It's just all this way.
Yeah.
Then there's a world that I did live in, which was just enough. Even when I had over $100 million, I lived in a world of just enough. There's just enough for me.
I've been there.
Yeah, just
the first
enough.
10 years I was there.
Yeah, and that world's confusing because there's no flow. But you think you're like philanthropic, you think you're generous, because why? I was giving money, but always trading. Like, giving is not trading. Even when I gave money to charity, and I gave a lot, I wanted my name. I wanted people to say, oh my gosh, you're so generous. I wanted my mom to thank me so much and call me her favorite child because I bought her, my brother, when I bought him a truck or gave him their down payment. I wanted to be, and it never really came. That trade is never fair. You'll never feel satisfied. I was so full of ego-based consciousness, the need to be right, the need to be offended, separate, inferior, superior, angry, frustrated, anxious. I had all these needs. And now that I live in a world of more than enough, like, I really believe there's more than enough of everyone, everything for everyone. I literally believe that I am here to impact over 1 billion people to be happy, to live in a world of more than enough. And I came up with the math. The reason I do these shows is because I know I'm gonna convince you before I leave. I need 1,000 people in my life, like you, Brian. 1,000 people that can impact 1,000 people to impact 1,000 people to be happy. 1,000 times 1,000's a million, million times 1,000's a billion. In my lifetime, if I can impact 1 billion people to be happy, this world, the collective consciousness will change. There'll be more than enough. There won't be hunger. All the scarce things that happen, I truly believe that. And that's the world I started living in.
And how are you going to make them happy? By adopting some of these mindsets?
Yeah.
Okay, by thinking about the gratitude.
Gratitude, empathy, accountability, effective communication, asking, being a student of their calendar, doing things now, being present, and practicing ending fear. Those 5 things that I teach, obviously, in much more detail, those 5 things will make someone the majority of the time happy. It'll allow them to practice going back to center. The biggest change in my life is when I get off of trajectory, when I create interferences or voids or shortages, when anger happens, instead of accelerating, I stop, drop, and roll. I stop, drop right back to center, or roll into the trajectory I want to go. I call it getting back to center. I teach people how to live at peace, to live in the flow, to not allow themselves to create the interference, to create the corrosion between the connection that inspires them, to enjoy the consistent, everyday, persistent without quit pursuit of their potential, their truth.